Welcome learners.
In this video titled Tribes of Gujarat, Jharkhand and Orissa-II, we will be discussing about the tribes of Jharkhand in detail, and you should be able to
Understand the socio-economic and cultural life of these tribes, analyze the challenges and opportunities for development of these tribal communities, and study the efforts of the governmental agencies and other stakeholders towards mainstreaming the tribes.
tribal pattern in Jharkhand.
Jharkhand, that is also geographically named the Chota Nagpur Plateau, is predominantly a tribal belt. The principal tribes found in Chota Nagpur are the Orans, the Mundas, the Karyas, the Hos, the Birhors and the Santhals. Besides them, there are also small tribes such as the Asurs, Kisans and the Chiros, the Karwars, the Birijas, the Rautias, the Gons, the Rajwars, the Mahalis, the Savars, the Karmalis and a few other minor tribes. The highest concentration of tribal population is found in Simdega, while the lowest is in Kodarma district. The scheduled tribe population of Jharkhand state as per 2011 census constitutes 26.21% of the total population of the state. Out of 32 scheduled tribes notified for the state, Santhal is the most populous tribe, constituting 31.86% of the tribal population of the state. Four other major tribes, Khariya, Bhumij, Lohra and Karwar, along with Santhal, Oran, Munda and Ho, constitute 86.75% of the total tribal population. The tribe names Chiro, Bidia, Malpahariya and Mahali account for another 5.60%. The remaining 20 tribes along with the generic tribes constitute the balance 7.64% of the total scheduled tribe population. The overall sex ratio of the tribal population in Jharkhand is 1003 female per 1000 male. Among the major tribes, Khariya and Ho have female outnumbering the male in their total population. As regards literacy, the overall rate among the tribals has increased from 40.07% at 2001 census to 51.1% at 2011 census. Despite this improvement, the literacy rate among the tribes is much lower in comparison to that of all scheduled tribes at the national level. Among the numerically larger tribes, Oran and Khariya have more than half of the population the age of 7 years who are literate, while Munda has the literacy rate almost equal to that of all scheduled tribes at the national level. Although Hinduism is the predominant religion of the state, the Hindu tribes constitute 37.54% only. Christian tribes are 15.47% and less than 0.5% are Muslims. Among the major tribes, Santhal have more than half of the total population professing Hinduism, while Oran and Munda have more than 50% of the population following other religions followed by Christianity. Among the major tribes, Oran, Munda and Khariya have 62 to 71% workers engaged as cultivators, followed by Karwar and Santhal. Bhumij and Lohra have recorded the highest proportion of agricultural laborers in their total working population.
Family and socio-political organization.
Among all the tribes of Jharkhand, the family is the basis of social life. It is of nuclear type in which parents and the unmarried children live. Married sons and daughter usually set up new homes. Most of the tribes are divided into a number of clans, which are totemic and exogamous in nature. The Mundas, the Karyas, the Orans, the Hos, the Santhals, the Chiros and the Karwars have well-organized villages with their secular and religious headmen and staff. The administrative committee of village elders called the Panch is formed for arbitration of cases. The organization of such a confederation mainly aims at maintaining peace and tranquility and settling group feuds and disputes. Tribes such as the Birhors, The Korwars, the Parahiyas and the Hill Karyas are on a differing level of cultural development, and their life mostly depends on hunting and food gathering. The Jharkhand tribes constitute tandas, which are associations of different family groups. The head of each tanda is called Naiga or Naya, who is both a secular as well as religious head. The outer village disputes are settled by bigger panchayat or the inter-village councils, where the Barmukhia presides and settles feuds. In Jharkhand, youth dormitories are very much prevalent, which are meant to train the youth. Such youth dormitories are found among the Orans, the Mundas, the Birhors, the Karyas and the Asurs. S.C. Roy comments in the Jonk Erpa, better known to us under the Hindi name of Dumkuria or Dankar Muria, the hut of the Dankars or younger men, we catch a glimpse of a very archaic form of economic, social and religious organization. The in charge or the supervisor of the boys, Dumkuria, is called Dangar Mahato, who instructs the boys before their socio-religious duties. The Dumkuria boys help the villagers in performing their social and economic duties. Among the Mundas, the youth dormitory is known as Gitiora, and among the Karyas it is called Gitio. Separate youth dormitories for boys and girls are found among the Birhors. The tribal boys, by the time they leave the dormitories, all about sex, morals and social customs of the tribes.
Village and housing.
The villages of the tribes of Jharkhand are usually situated near the forests, from where they can easily procure materials for the construction of their houses, collect fruits, flowers, roots and leaves. Typical villages of the Hos and Karyas are usually built on the banks of rivers or streams. In most of the tribal villages are seen Akhara, Sasan and Sarna, the first for playing and dancing and the last two for worshipping. The houses in the Jharkhand villages are mostly built from the natural materials such as the wood of sal, bamboo, grass, paddy straw, etc. The walls of the houses are plastered with mud. The layout of the villages does not conform to any pattern except in the case of Santhals, who build their houses on both sides of the street, known as Sadar Kuli. The shape of the houses also varies from tribe to tribe, the absence of windows being a marked feature in almost all the tribes. The roofs of the houses are either thatched with grass, paddy straw or tiles. Each house has a kitchen garden called bari attached to it. Oran bastis are made of mud hut, huddled together without any definite arrangement. The Mundas have big houses consisting of at least 2 huts, the Gitora or the sleeping house and Mandiora, the eating house. Among Hos, the houses are simply constructed from wood, twigs and mud and plastered with cow dung or colored with earth. The Hill Karyas construct small rectangular huts of mud walls thatched with grass. The huts of the Birhor tribes are devoid of the beauty of design. Compared to the other tribes, the Santhal villages are beautiful. Their houses are constructed in a planned manner and they have Akada, Sarna or Jaher, and in the center the Manjidan for worship. They paint their walls in alternate broad strips of red, white and black with clay and charcoal. The houses are very neat and clean. The common furniture acquired by the tribals is machia, a stool with a wooden frame, string cots called parkom or charpais, and those who cannot afford parkam use palm leaf mats as beds. The household utensils are made of bell metal, stone, wood and clay. Various kinds of bamboo baskets are also used for storing household goods. Baskets of different sizes known as kanchis, tunkis, tupas, etc. are used for carrying or keeping the grain, vegetables and the like. Other important utensils are winnowing fans, pounding stones, and brooms, which are required for day-to-day use.
Dress and ornaments.
The traditional dress of a tribal young man is a narrow piece of loin cloth. Besides wearing loin cloth on special occasions or on going out on journeys, most of the tribal also use cloth as a wrapper for the upper part of their body. This is of two kinds, the longer variety called barki, measuring about 6 yards in length, and the shorter variety called pichauri, from 5 to 6 cubits in length and less in width. The women ordinarily wear around the waist only a loin cloth called kandriya or lehenga. It is a piece of cloth with or without borders that reach down to the knees. The upper part of the body is without any covering. Some women, however, cover their breasts either by using a lehenga, a little longer, or well-to-do ones wear saris. The tribal women are very fond of personal decoration by using flowers and variety of ornaments made of brass, gold, and silver. Besides the dress and ornaments, tattooing is also a common mode of personal decoration.
Marriage.
The major tribes like the Oran, the Mundas, the Santhals, the Hos, the Karyas, and the Birhors follow the practice of adult marriage. Among the Gonds, the Goraits, the Mahalis, the Kurmis, the Rajwars, the Rautiyas, and a few others, the daughters are given in marriage while they are very young. However, most of the tribes being poor, adult marriages are largely in practice, especially among the Karyas. Among the tribals, the tradition of polygamy prevails. Though there is no limitation on the number of wives, only people who are well-to-do and can afford maintenance of more than one wife practice this luxury.
One of the important tribes of Jharkhand, Santhal.
The Santhals are one of the major tribes of Jharkhand, and they habitat in Santhal Paragana, Singhbhum, Hazaribagh, Giridh, Dhanbad, and Ranchi districts. The Santhals belong to Proto-Australoid racially and linguistically to Austroasiatic. This tribe speaks the Santhali language. They also know Hindi and Bengali. The Santhals celebrate festivals like Sarhul, Karma, Sohrai, Jitiya, Durga Puja, Diwali, Ram Navami, etc. The Christian Santhal celebrates Christian festivals. The Santhal tribe is mostly settled on the plains. They make their houses that are rectangular in shape with mud, khar, bamboo, wood, and tiles. The house has 2 to 3 rooms to accommodate the family members. The floors and walls are kept neat and tidy with plaster of earth mixed with charcoal. The Santhal women keep their house clean. They are the custodians of family culture and tradition. As regards their literacy, the situation is still dismal. There is need to organize them under the self-help groups to protect them from exploitation, oppression, and domestic violence. The Santhals have nuclear family structure. The existence of joint family is rare. It consists of father, mother, and unmarried children. On the basis of lineage, the family is patrilineal, and on the basis of authority, the family is patriarchal. By and large, the Santhals practice monogamy, but in exceptional cases, bigamy is also permitted. Some important clan names of the Santhals are Hansda, Murmu, Kisku, Hebron, Manoli, Soren, Tudu, Besara, Podia, and Bedia. The practice of marriage is done by usually paying a bride price. The other ways of acquiring marriage mates are service, exchange, love, trial, etc. The marriage by bride price is the negotiated form of marriage. The Santhals are mostly agriculturists, but besides this, they also engage themselves in road construction, wage earning, and service. Agriculture provides them engagement for 6 to 8 months in a year, and for the remaining 6 to 4 months, they depend on wage earning and collection of MFP. The Santhal religion presents a mixed picture of tribal animism, Hinduism and Christianity. The Singbonga is the principal deity of the Santhal.
During festivals, Santhal Dance is a very popular folk dance of Jharkhand.
The main attraction of the Santhal dance in Jharkhand is the colorful costumes worn by the tribal people. Since the Santhals are believed to be close to nature, they use natural things such as leaves, branches and flowers to do their makeup and design their clothes. Santhals are politically conscious. From their tribe, national leaders like Sidhu and Kanho have played a great role. The Santhals have traditional village panchayat and inter-village panchayat called Parganayat, which is the custodian of all social functions of the villages, coming under the Pargana and settles all disputes between villages.
Conclusion.
We have discussed in general about the socio-economic and cultural life of tribes of Jharkhand and also deliberated about one of the major tribes of Jharkhand, namely Santhals. Thank you.